Hello again, this is Boomerhands with another video. Today we're going to take a look at my hopes for future content and confirmed updates for Pixel Starships in 2025. First up, we have the idea concept for an emergency research juice. Emergency droids are quite popular for people to quickly build rooms and progress their holes faster. Due to people rushing rooms and holes, research tends to get left in the dust and the ship ends up far weaker than it appears. With the amount of researchers that are now beyond a 1-week timer, this would be a great addition to the game. I would also like to see some kind of side stat reroller item. The effects on the game would be better accessibility for players to get better gear. This would probably keep the market for trash rolled gear the same, but lower the ceiling on the price point for higher side rolled pieces of gear. This one is a very personal wish. A lot of the cat crew use pants as a slot, and not being able to access ability power and HP gear in a reasonable way would definitely help. The only way currently to get heroic ability pants is to either find someone playing in the wars from 2019 and getting them to part ways with their pants, or from the Thanksgiving event. For the HP side, you get a non-side rollable pants from the 4th of July event, and or hunting somebody with the tournament pants from 2020. There's also a chunk of other unrepresented reasonably attainable gear, like trying to get access to attack accessories, which a good chunk of Bloodlust crew would enjoy. There's nothing quite like the disappointment of working on training up a single crew in the gym or academy for literally weeks, burning espressos to make the training cooldown go faster, only to accidentally mess up your training with a few button presses. I think having a way to nuke only one stat down to 0 instead of restarting the whole process from scratch would be a major boon to the PSS community. One of the big struggles with early game is being able to repair an anti-board. With only 2 crew that have base 2 walk and 4 at run 3, it would massively help if free-to-play players got a handful of crew that could at least get to damage rooms much quicker. One of the first prestiges veteran players get when they can prestige on a new account is some form of repair or anti-border, because the gap between free-to-play crew and legendary crew is that wide. I'm sure players, once they get to that point in the game, would much rather build crew that would help them do damage faster over having to opt to build, repair, and anti-boarding crew. Hopefully giving more 3-star crew with some better walk speed will help bridge that gap. I have had 3 personal friends of mine join recently. When I pitched the game to them, they were very skeptical about playing a mobile game. I told them all about the AI system that the game had, and they gave it a go. The highlight for them was when they reached a whole level 4 and they were finally able to configure and tweak their AI. When what makes this game truly unique and is its bread and butter, why is it locked behind whole level 4? My suggestion is to adjust the levels at when you get access to certain AI and have a very rudimentary AI kit at whole level 1. Right now, I personally believe Pixel Starships has a repair issue. With the amount of burst ships that are in high level play and how focused firing can chew through rooms and still do damage that are being repaired, repairs probably need some kind of buff. Especially since the golden number is 3 repair, and you aren't incentivized to go any higher than that. The only real time you go above that is just because you are running Galactic Sprite and King Sejong, whose base repair stat is higher than 3. As much as I love service droids, they have just been a decent catch-all droid. If they were to release a new droid, I'd like to see it be able to use urgent repair as its ability, since currently none of the droids can handle arson and are pretty useless against it. With the EMP cannon and EMP missiles receiving some nice buffs from the whole 13 release, it's probably time to introduce ways for reducing the impact EMPs make. Even more so now, with shields in the higher elos being incredibly easy to break with Rush PP and PD making room for the EMP cannon, with extreme cases, first-second EMP completely shutting out strategies. In addition, 11 seconds for an EMP missile is quite a long time for a room to do nothing, especially with the low reload time of missile rooms. Right now, the time appears to be right for the EMP module reducer to come into the game. Even from a bird's eye view, LLPVP is in a bad state. The randomness of the way the matchmaking is set up is ripe for exploitation and shows signs of abuse currently. Due to the RNG of the pairing system, if you are new to LLPVP and are trying to grow as a player, getting smacked down repeatedly 12 times in a row for days does not feel like you are learning anything from those matches. In addition, grinding your way through LLPVP the entire month only to get hit with a bunch of 40 trophy losses from long-term veteran players that didn't want to participate all month, at the same time farming endless +5 trophies from players who are still trying to find their footing in LLPVP, these are quit moments for players, and a significant amount of players have completely opted out of entering LLPVP due to the quality opponents they experience. The easiest way to combat player sentiment is to enhance the matchmaking experience by only pairing players +100 or -100 position from their current standing. To cap this all off, getting the top 100 rewards instead of just 50 would be a welcome change that no one is turning down. I'm really excited for this one. Group battles. With the only time you get to work with your fleet is during the war, I can't wait to team up with my fleet to take down other ships. I really hope what I envision in my head is what the developers have in mind. What I want to see is that it's going to be more like you see your friends fighting alongside you on the same screen, and not one of those big HP fleet bases where everyone fights with it, one-on-one taking turns DPSing down the HP bar. There's a lot of angles where this needs work, but what we have going so far is a step in the right direction. With a timer of when you can see a target during a war after it's been attacked being dropped down from 2 hours to 1 hour, it's a nice little tie-over till we have something new instead of the keep looking simulator. I honestly don't see why crew ability is being held back to level 10. With how much work that has been done with the early game tutorial, sliding this in there would be fine, especially if it's handhelded by tutorial and introduced on what each special ability does with examples. With the introduction of alternate supers, captain crew abilities have been stale for a long time now. Now is a great time to open up the customization of captains. Right now, the way I view Firewalk is a cheap gimmick to be able to lock out certain rooms from being repaired completely with a 100% RNG factor whether that happens or not. For those that don't understand, you can enable twitching to a Firewalk crew with certain AI lines that will have them enter and leave a room in a rapid way. With Firewalk being enabled, the defending crew will either be repairing the room or attacking the Firewalk user. If it just so happens that the defending crew are repairing on the same frame in the room instead of attacking the twitching Firewalk user, the room will never be repaired. A nice little UI request I have is to be able to deploy all of your drones on one of the mining planets if you so choose. This also applies to retrieve all finished ones. I think UGC has been a great idea for the community. Just the one thing that's truly missing is being able to get unique droids or crafts. If the idea of not doing it for the sake of clarity, how is a dancing cat girl equal to a shield overcharger? Anyways, I just want my cat defender and cat border droids. The last thing I can't wait to see is the new crew drop trader ship. With very few ways to collect unique crew and the introduction of CRISPR, no longer will we see your favorite special crew show up in the IAP store 3 times a year. We will see them much more frequently within the crew drop trader ship. These prices are a joke, but I would definitely like to see different currencies outside of dust to be able to attain the crew. Give me a reason to hoard 50 purple dust. That is it for the video. Thank you for continually supporting me by putting my name in the Nexus creator code. Comment on your favorite suggestions or one of your own. Until next time, have a good one.